I know, man.
Okay, double true.
No, you know, you can't get out. Coloya was skin, that's it.
So just again trying to reinforce your good motivations.
Sha Chavajan, you know, so Colomani, Tasha, she said, Colomia, Sham, what you know. Mon she learned Kakajan, Colomogache. Before a Dutchy is not on the Ngopa, there is a Coloa, the Dutchy, not on the Jago. That in the Shah, a Kangata, Colombia is that something to know the
The motivation is especially is very important to when we prior to engaging in any activity, any action which is very significant, which is very important. So whereas if the activity is, if it's something very insignificant, then perhaps it's not that necessary.
Mandajaga tene dunga judjiba chin lagi se lota hacho zoba shoba chingene rendwa chora santo ta tre zana sanjara ngene ra sazan dada ata trole deba me na ba che kene tende ga che sazan deba pa to mede che lo ada sanu so ja chomo shiba se sasan dewa Son te tona hapo tento ngada ida ta son tento te zeta tento le de go to le go sare ta so ta ni mai ba ta so nge kun de a tonche de ma tonche de ta rong ge sha ni ha bi son ba shi she ne ta te je de ten re de te ne ba son de sen ta so je nya che ma de mu de da de che da so je kong ba Tondayada, Shunchu Tenya Lojatini, there, Sondona, Apoyari. So what everyone, all the beings seek or wish for is happiness, and but what they don't want is unhappiness, and then the causes, the virtue is a cause for happiness, whereas non-virtues is a cause for unhappiness, and so this is a fact which relate to to ourselves in terms of what we wish and what we don't wish, and likewise to all other beings. So now, imagine when we engage in this, meditation of giving and takings. So wherein we bring in our mind the image, the picture of the all sentient beings, all living beings, and then we in this meditation supposedly then we are really wholeheartedly we are giving away all our happiness, including the causes of happiness. So that is something which is desire, or which is wish by all sentient beings, and at the same time, so we are taking upon ourselves the suffering or the unhappiness, and together with those causes of the sufferings of all living being upon ourselves. So therefore, now we can imagine that how the profound is to have such a thought that
thought of giving and taking that we generate in this meditation practice. And indeed, it is said that, when we cultivate this kind of thought, we are accumulating a great amount of merits. And now, after this meditations of giving, taking, of course, then we can't just leave it there, but at the same time, we should follow up by taking upon the responsibility of freeing all beings from suffering or placing them on happiness. And so with this, therefore, it's after this cultivating such love and compassion, then it's also very important to trying to cultivate this what we call as the universal sense of responsibility, or these special intentions of taking upon the welfare of all sentient beings upon oneself, and then also to realizing that really to only way to really to fulfill these great responsibilities, so is to achieving complete enlightenment, that is state of Buddhahood. Really, that is the only way that one can fulfill this great task of benefiting all sentient beings. So therefore, we also should, in this way, we should need to generate what's so-called the mind of altruistic mind of enlightenment, or Bodhicitta, which is aspiring to achieve Buddhahood to benefit all sentient beings.
That's something. Don't know. Never thinking jogging, never thinking quaggy thing. That thing I don't go into this. That nearly tell us, then, never cause that, so the Nesa the lay. Some dead to go. Not the thing you're let you get. Since you think never the day, never gone, and you're let you get. The thing is, call card, never call card, never call around, but so the near Chile. The council near lay, some ding, some don't tell, you're like to tell. Lamatonga, Tuman, Denipa, Gugger, Champagne, and Denipa, go, said Chamber Sheraya, Gipang, and Yeshu, the ghost. That tennis on Todo, tennis on get mudde, so don't runa, when they was what dead. Madeba the car, then a mudde, Jite, no pandora, Chishan get really thinada, can't get no cook and get much tender. That's on that over. Jite shown dona, Jite sing a mati gabos hook. Chishan shows on a Chishan gabos hook, then get the carrying would do some teeth on other young do. Then any Charles on Dogan.
So, so in short, when we follow this meditation of giving, taking, or cultivating bodhicittas, so really what we are, we are promising that to really to grant all the things that the other being desire, they wish for, and we will help them, all the other being, to get rid of, to avoid all the things that they do not desire for, they do not want. So therefore, really, this is the practice that we are following, and which we are we're trying to integrate into our life. So therefore now we have to also therefore to understand that even in everyday life, so we must if this is a practice, essential key practice that we must be putting into practice. So this means to we should be putting this into practice to relating to all those relation with all those people who are close to you, you share your life with, or you are interacting on your everyday life, and so therefore we can just imagine that how if we sincerely put this practice of cultivating and developing or showing love and compassion for other beings, and those beings that we interact, beings that who are close to us, then we can see that that its effect would be really then to making our this relationship, making us much closer to other beings, and we are doing the things that would really please all other beings. So therefore, we can imagine that as a benefit or as an effect of such practice, then we become something. We as a person then will become something which is very in the eyes of all those who are close to us, those who you befriend with, who you interact in your life. So we are something very pleasant and very admirable being, and so therefore it is really when we put this into practice, then it's really regardless of whether all the other people that we interact or we are sharing our life with, whether they are believer of some sort of spiritual teaching, or they are just very non-believer, just like a very worldly people. But how there is no doubt that how it will be very much appreciated. What we do, what we practice. Would be very much welcome and appreciated by them. So therefore, it's good to remember to try to recognize this how this profound and how beneficial effect this such practice have on ourselves and all that other peoples.
라 사통리가 되는다 나도 돌려가 노지가 바 팬도 나도 제주 소소 찐는 용기가 라라게 개점 싫어요라 소 대대는 안 통하 라라를 막긴 패고 라라게 되는 좀바디 아프테 용데 라라게 그때 내가도 나도 돌려가 노지 제페 공배 말라 마사도 튀나 간에 제페 공배에 체 아버지 팬도 되려 dunje abu dende pengen dewa nonje ra nonje ye gai nonje de mal shara pengen dewa ngene pengen de ita ta 대신 ngene lalala te ki dang he de se lalala te ki ni ra ro chen ni ba chen ni ong de ya 자셔와 선샤바나 강가로가 가서 또 같은데 용거 야 맞서 찐니가 니바 쯤이거니 아 라라라게 이제 개청벌에 대세가 맞고 내den도 용거야 늘다 아
so it is also very important that we must applied the teaching into practice. Whatever that is within our reach, whatever we are capable, we can put it into practice. So this is what the great Lama Tsongkhapa also advises, that how even though we will study, we learn about the very advanced stages of the spiritual practices, but however when it come to the practice, then you have to begin from where you are at, where something which is most relevant and most suitable for ourselves. So therefore therefore, what does that practice means is really, as we just saying before, in our everyday life, whether whoever we interact, whoever we meet, we trying to put into practice of being a very caring, kind, and a very gentle persons. So therefore, in practice, so we so that for example, in a way we communicate with others. If you're trying to use a very gentle and a very pleasant words, so which we all know that how sometimes even some word, what a very pleasant word, have a tremendous impact on the other peoples. Who hear about that pleasant word from you, would in terms of delighting them, greatly delighting them. Or it could be just even the way you are, the bodily or the physical gesture that you show to other. How even the pleasantness in that gesture can be also can be a great cause to delight other beings. So therefore, we, as it is said here, of course, on a practical level, of course, there is no way that we could match up with the deeds of a great like a bodhisattvas. There's no way we could match that. So, however, we can. However, we have to understand that it doesn't matter even if you can't match with the bodhisattva deeds. But however, there is something that one can actually put into practice. One has that opportunity and has the capabilities, and this is what in fact it most matter for one in terms of making progress on the path in terms of the one's practice.
Chpt said, me banjo yapon tor, one little zegumdua, tell Chpt. Is that? Chpt says the Magat says, Mazia very Magale. Is that? That's on the thing. I don't believe, and I don't sell Mishiba Chamber in the Chegare. Santo, Mother Nejipe, Yapuchi, Mother. Lamazonga Yabu Shivachi, Mother Lagan, and the Loso Yabu Shivachi, then each other son dodo. Hallelujah, nothing in the Lord Chamber, the Mandol Pa, Lamazonga Chitut. They are currently didn't there. Nyaba, Da, Jolamba, Magashi, Gabala Gagobas, God Gagoris, Sang Dua, that's on dodo. See, Koro Candid Yasa, Sashi Korea.
So I think we continues from the heading called "Stopping Both Dislike for harm towards attainments and delight in their troubles." So before we go in details, so even if we simply think over what this message, what this just the heading actually, tells us. So, like, if we think about this, how, the stopping for like dislike for harm doers. So, what does that mean? Dislike for so harm doers attainments. So, what does that mean? So, like is talking about the how relating to how we normally when we witness someone like a harm doer or someone that we dislikes, when they witness their success or their goodness, then we hate that. We feel we dislike that in a sense. And so now, if we think about that, what we do dislike that, but why? What good is there for disliking their success, their the attainments? So when we think on that, is that by disliking that, is in that way we can really challenge or we can really harm them, or by disliking that, does that mean that it brings more profit or more joy or happiness for oneself? So likewise, as it says here, to stopping delight in their troubles. On the other hand, how when we see our enemies or our harm doers, failures, or they're going downhills, then it kind of makes us more feel good, or we like to see that. And again, to really to think about this, what is true benefit there. So therefore the essentially, so we can see here in just one line, and then we can also see how throughout this whole this great the Lam Rim teachings, how if you think about that, there are a lot of the way the great Tsongkhapas give the lot of teachings. So these all have a tremendous benefit and has a great meaning, and they are also very much relevant to bring more happiness and trying to the overcoming sufferings. So, for example, in this, the essentially, so here is talking about just simply saying that we should not be jealous, should not feel jealous towards others, success, others' good achievements. So, why? And this is simply because how we all know how when we feel jealous, how then we lose our own happiness, and how we feel bad within ourselves, and so therefore it comes down to way to overcoming the sufferings in our life.
Ranjomala Magati, Ruse Nadashling. Ranjomala Gati, so the sector Biati, so be Cheso Ted. Then in Nanga Mobutega, Cherason Todo. Ripat Chabachi Santo, the Peterason Tojuare. So no matona, that's so that, son Tetan. Gava Gunyola, Gaga. Gava Gunyobala, then a garland. Collagen, Saudi, woman do. Shombasia, Karayu. That's on the list, Donna, doing this house on Ted there.
So it is when we really give up deep thinking on this kind of the meanings, then we can we can understand the deeper meanings. So, or for example, when it says here that we should stop you should stopping the like a dislike for harm towards attainments. So now, when he says that how if the instead of stopping, if we let this this dislike, this sort thought of or sense of dislike for harm towards attainment, arise within our mind, then it is kind of then we would then be suffering some kind of like a mental pain, mental sufferings, and so therefore what does that mean? So when we feel dislike, that the result is we're suffering this mental pain, mental sufferings, and so that also on the then it is implied that instead of dislike, if we are trying to feel like take delight, and take rejoice in this harm towards attainment, then the effect will be opposite. Instead of mental pain, it will be mental happiness. So that is the implication here, if you really think about it. So then, likewise, when it says dislike in the harm towards likewise the delight in their trouble, in the harm towards troubles or their downfalls. Again, if we do that, then that really the disadvantage of us is then we will be then prevent ourselves from cultivating any like a love and compassion, because obviously if we take joy in the downfall or in the suffering of other beings, then there's no way we will we will be able to cultivate, feel, love and compassion for them. So then they continue the presentation. So contemplate as follows. So after I have generated the spirit of enlightenment for the sake of accomplishing all living beings' benefits and happiness, so I get angry at harm doers when they obtain happiness on their own, living beings benefit and happiness. So I get angry at harm doers when they obtain happiness on their own. And after I have said that I want all living beings to become Buddhas, so I get unhappy when harm doers get even a minimal prosperity or honor. So this is extremely contradictory.
somba tapani yeron shegite te ta somta ta chirete tane rosa songa tedi de jibare ta tandenge tarishi adire dinmale unda dia.
So of course the meaning of this the explanation here is quite self-explanatory. So what is really saying here is, we have to try to overcome this thought of disliking the success of others by understanding that how, by thinking that how, we on the one hand, we have cultivated. We have cultivated like this altruistic mind of enlightenment, which is essentially to benefit. We commit ourselves to benefit other sentient beings. So therefore, we can see here. Therefore, it is really we can see here. It is how it is contradictory. How then we dislike. If we when we witness or when we see them finding the happiness by themselves, without us having to do anything, to find them the happiness, but they have found this happiness themselves, and so therefore, we have to think that with the understand that in really in actual situations, actual fact is that they have the fact that they have found the happiness themselves is in fact is like they have they fulfilled the half of what the work, what the task that we promise to do for them. So therefore because we didn't have to do anything, but they have found happiness themselves. So in this way, the trying to, instead of disliking or hating them to see in happiness, so we should instead of that we should feel joy and take delight in their happiness.
대다 많이 다당이셔 대다 많이 저주 세도 전에 생체라 패대다 봐 너무 미소든지 신 다른 이셔 뭐 내는 게아도 대아 파동이 영화제 레게 쏘아서 말에 미소지래 마도 와야 맞기는 다 데려와 센서에 소지바 제대가 소지바 셔게 센서에 패바 내가 저기 세대 다 날래라 근데 포야라 펜소 제제 레슨 콜레죠 차도사 진짜 대학교 차도사진 다때 미소는 얘기를 미소는 제 셔대 다 내는 현주 있지 다 진짜가 저걸 놓은데.
And then there's the commentary continues. So you must eliminate your jealousies regarding any sort of attainment by other persons and delight in it from the depths of your heart. So otherwise, your spirit of enlightenment and the achievement of the welfare and happiness of beings are nothing but words. So this, we can also relate this to how, like when we engage in the meditation of like a giving and taking, which we did before. How in that meditation, so we essentially we cultivated the Bodhicitta mind, which is we wanted to we wish to achieve the complete enlightenment in order to benefit all beings, and in this spirit of the enlightenment, altruistic mind of enlightenment, then we engage in this meditation. So where we are giving away all our happiness and then taking upon these they are suffering upon us. But so what is saying here that how on the while we're doing all these practices, what we do is it all just become like just simply a word. means nothing. When we, if in a real situation, if we, if we could not stop, feeling like a jealousy towards happiness and so forth. 소자 공시 최소와 천년전에 이자대 년년 소화체도 년년나 가면 잡아체도 란초하시 가시가 뭐가 간도거 자자자도 소던 게 그것이 이제 내가 바로 봐체는 소던 게 봐시 그 막에는 다대 뒤체 세제라면 다 차도 신이다 그래서 하면 돼서 자세는 게 메시지 저 대라 대나 놀라 문제 놀라 문제 대라 셔추지네 갈아야지 셔추 가 대라 셔추 내가 갈아야 내고 갈아야 공시 반저 저 대라 셔추세대 갈아야 단다래 가정 댕에 내년나 여다 저노 내잡아 쳐대 줄라 원마마 이자고 전도 말을 거의 봐. 네. 소스 다들 다 하고 다 전주들 지나고 네 여면 이제다 공개 천안 내봐야 거다 채대라 매나요 여주 말을 다 대셔야 가대 라텔라 시다 지지 내봐야나 저런 뭐가 제저 말했어. 이제 저를 마주 저를 라데 마지야지 걸 노들이야나요 저러 이제 저러 마지를 저러 캐도 주 가까이 못 됐어 라 소저 다달라 제다테 이제나이 저러 캐면 마지야 이제다 야 마사제 걸 저 놀려야나 저러 캐도 주 가도 됐어 라 제가 뭔데요 그래서 나선 대서 이제 뭔데 셰 저다 천노 천나 nenje 봐 저다 천 내베 대 이제데 가제 denye 도서 거기 내가 더 저다 천노 nenje 봐 근데 대체 라면나 체체요 말이지 이제 가제 제 매나요 그런게 제 매나요 예 제마르요 내시지 제라 주서 다 됐다 하고 내가 다시 하고 다시 현재 대단 저 현재 단 저거로 어디 같이 다 친절하면 정말 친절 자서는 산 야 다시 현재 취사 저단다 주시와 so 친절 강아 저를 나려 아 가봐라 잖아 가와도 라나 녀비 선방에 봐 노종 대소저 달라면에비 로딩아 소도 세파 세라 나나요 로제 프론지 녀면 손에 넘바 통제도 가봐샤고 ninda 남아서들 수 자장지 Okay, then they continue. No, the commentary. Engaging in the Bodhisattva state says, since you want all being to be happy, so you have generated the spirit of enlightenment. Then when being find happiness themselves, so why do you get angry with them? So if you wish to attain for living beings' welfare, the Buddhahood, which is worshipped in the three worlds, so why are you tormented when you see their most paltry gain or honor? So when a relative finds sustenance for those whom you should nurture, so object of your care and generosities, so instead of being pleased, so are you angry? Are you angry again? So if you do not wish even that for beings, so how can you wish for enlightenment? Where is the spirit of enlightenment? So is someone who get angry at others' attainments. So whether your enemy gets something from someone or it remains in the benefactor's house, it is never yours. So why be angry? So whether it is given or not. No. So if you want to know, because this is direct quote from the engaging the Bodhisattva's deeds, so you can refer to the commentaries relating to this.
Rodunga to the seba, selas, Nanayo, Roje, Puanji, Yemis, Sony, Nova Tonja, the Gobasha wall, and that Gobasha was, Gobasha ese.
And then continue. You will be unhappy if you view as absolutely. Hang on, sorry, I jumped. Sorry, up there. Yep. Even your mere malicious thoughts that delight in your enemy's troubles or that wish for their destruction do not harm your enemies. So they lead only to your own sufferings. So yet, if such malice were to harm them, so you should stop it completely, reflecting on the drawbacks that this will bring ruin to yourself and others.
Then that's that. That's my sent home. Then Jomba, Gaba, Gana, Yomba, says Dala Nevi Ketcham on the Ijeriwa. That's in the Martians, it's in Yombi, that's on Bang Yamba, no Jones, sitting on the Savala. Rather than Copa, the one I should have got case. They're called devotion, so sonachi. They're called guided devotion, so sonachi. Shuna, somebody, someone embassy, or that's someone embassy, no Joe, tells Soja, Dala Manepi. Choro, tells somebody, Dala, never mundu as. Road do what that said. Coro is that Dala never said, Coral Mandana, or in it, say, Tinita, corally. Dumana Sione, they are Sella. Nanayo, Roger, Puanji, Yemi, Sony, then no matter Gabash. Cate Nanayo, the round pug, the jam pug, Regina got pug, Dara, Yapason, somebody got on this, Hamadaba, Children stay some for I happen to Hamamadus.
So here he talks about how, our like malicious thoughts that delight in your enemies, so enemies' troubles. So what he's saying is how, when we see the failures or the downfall of our enemies, then we take joy in that, we take pleasure in that, and then as well as we also, even mentally, wish them to, to lose, and to be, to go downfall. And so with that kind of, as well as we hold this kind of malicious and such a ill thought towards them, and so it says here, really in order to when we think about in order to overcome this, so we need to think what is this holding this thought, taking joy in them, their downfall. Their downfall and wishing them to have such failure and downfall is not really, harming them. In that way, we are really doing anything to defeat our enemies or not. Of course, it is not doing anything. But the effect, the result of such holding such thought, such the letting such the ill mind, malicious thought to arise is only to experiencing unhappiness and suffering for oneself. And then, as it says here, they lead only to your own soul. Yet, if such malice were to harm them, so even if if we hold certain malice thought and we do something to them, and then if that cause harm to them, then and even that if we do cause harm to them, and even that will be like the result would be then a harm not only for themselves but for ourselves as well. And so there's a short thinking of this such a the dire so like a detrimental consequences for of causing any harm, giving any harm to them. So thinking on this, so we should try to overcome this such malice thought towards others.
Danayo, then Chagachi, yes. That is Sandup Tsering, the other. Changing David, Yumanda, and Dana Chagachi, yes. Kate Saba, Janianas. Dala never seen David, then Charola car, pegging the Senna, and Dala never seen Nitenda. And that version, my eats by young to say, Kate, somebody Jenny, Jeshena, Sene. That telling pure Jemet, then fusion my sentence. That was a country traffic, and Yemina swing where the Mala, Chagin David, Jumanda, Janayo, Chagachi, Kate, and Samban J. Sellers, Dala, never sooner, knit and that. Then I eat by young, I can't dress all the young. Coachi, the boss, Shuna, called never Shuna, said, Sugar and other, I talk on dress sauce and eat you when I do. You can say what I don't do that. I teach you, I couldn't do the Yamishella, tell him pure, yes, Yamun, Yabita by it, Chavan done that, said, and Mazet said, Tenju, Senya. Back, Yay, Sumi Children, Sumi, Ban saying yes, that I paid my share, that couldn't even share. Never trouble tension, never trouble sharing, couldn't share, never share, never share, do not show I eat, Shanna. I tell you, pure jay on Maris, that is a trouble, tell it out, Chara pure chay on Maris, that didn't pay my share.
So then continue the engaging in the Bodhisattva's deeds state. When my enemies are unhappy, what am I pleased about? My wishes alone will cause them no harm. So even if I should effect their sufferings with my wish, what could I be pleased about? If I say I will be satisfied, so what could be more ruinous? So here, the basically it's just the saying that how usually when we are able to challenge, able to cause some harm to our enemies, then it somehow it gives some sort of satisfactions and pleasures, and as if that we in a sense of some sort of accomplishments, achievement, as that we are able to be able to make them unhappy, and to be able to harm them, and so this is what it's saying, that here. So basically, is having this such kind of attitude, so really then reflects the your deep-seated, really like the anger and the hatred towards others. And so therefore this verse really then shows the downfall, or the shortcomings of the such a strong the wave of anger or hatred, holding anger or hatred towards others. And then as it continues with the next verse, once I am caught by the terrible sharp hook cast by the fishermen, the afflictions, so I will surely be cooked by the hell guardians in a kettle for the beings of hell. So this explains the shortcomings of harboring such hatred towards others, or with some sort of with an analogy here. Lost.
No, wrongi, Debiga, Chpt, Mandebiga, Chen Show, Trabado, Wrongi, Die, Tang, Sari, God, the Santon, Tole God, the Peng, the Nipan, Yon Jana, Wrongi, Die, Fosatomba, La, Ta, Cheda, Mandebi, Nomba, Tena, Tele, Yemada, Shellas, Kada Fienza. Then Yemada, Pena, then Shadow Shechi. Touch it, the Maga, Lona, Yemada, Dolas. Tell Lona, Shadow Mache. Mache, Riban, the touch it, the Maga, Maga, Nomba, Dola, got the money to the Kundo Gaba Shate, started. I think the Akon, the bed, and other the new Shawara, around, she, David, Cash and do, Madame Shona, Madame Show, Drabados, Ra, David showed the got, Madame should do those. A wrong die, Postal, touch it, then Madame, Nomba, then tell I am their share. Did them. In a true underneath, I am going. Young and a kundo share, shattered the knee, young down on some to there. So, Nessa Gussia telling about tongue, they are wrongy, Jella, Niela, Patos, yet I never said that. They are going to add some and the man, then how more I can do that.
And then the text continues. So you will be unhappy if you view as absolutely undesirable the obstacles to what you and your friends want, and movement in directions you do not want, and the prosperity of your enemies. So if this unhappiness increases, so you become hostiles. So if you stop your absolute dislikes of these three things, so you prevent unhappiness. So once you do this, so you will not feel hostile. So thus dispel your absolute dislike of these by using the reasoning previously taught. So take many approaches to stop your anger. So because it is very great fault. So so again, the meanings is here too is quite self-explanatory, but what it was the main thing is here is talking about the causes, how the conditions or the causes which give rise to anger and hatred. And so as you say here, such conditions are how we we can get the condition or the anger to arise. When we see some obstacles to the or some harm to the interests of our own side, like our friends, or somebody the cause harm to or bring some harm, something undesirable, cause something undesirable to our side, and likewise, it is also the cause of our anger and hatred is how when the when is our the resentment, towards the enemies, the success or the goodness of the enemies. So when we have that, and so this can be such feeling, negative mental attitude, then really serve as a cause to increase the anger and hatred.
Doba got a megonichin, Tragoba, Shates, Niemichin, shut the chasers, Yakosa, Gobi Donga, cousin, I said, Donga, said, Gobi Donga, Hanga temperature, Jasin, Ribiga, Rongi, Niamondo, Gale, Shini, Sene, Canoda, Lote, Dry, Cho, Kunron Joba, Shaping. Sandup Tsering said, that's the Yembi, so Shiraji said, the leper Jenny, Ribi got the money in the corner, Kunji, the non said, read Tama, Keshi, Zaba got the money, Shella, that's it, that's Shella each other. That you thought Lungi, Tama may be ribbon, Yebi. That's some text, but didn't matter. Don't you take the system of that? And the open the end of the go don't watch on whatever. Yeah, I'm going to say, I said, just on your river, Rongi, Yamudo, Galen, there, God, the land, that's all. Yima, fair card, never catching. Charonga never dish it out in it. There, Yima, the Shene, that can't know the low test. I can't know the Luna, Shell matches on my dying choke. Control, then Johnby, Sandup Tsering, Tangan. Then no the later, that control reduce, control there, then Johnby, then Tan the reduce, that's all there. Son, the year, the Tsering is, that's supposed to be. Shiraji, Lepa, Ribigo. Got the money to the corner, Kunji no said, read the Keshi. Could ever got the money, share the money, share last, the material, I think, and then no.
So then the continues. So these instructions, the lines of reasoning of the conquerors and their children presented above provide the techniques for defeating your greatest enemy, anger. So they involve arguing with you your own sort of afflictions and looking within yourself. So so referring to all the things that mentioned earlier, we learned earlier, such as like mainly the shortcomings of anger, benefit of the patience, and so forth. So then so they looking within yourself, then to determining your focus, attention, within, towards or within yourself. So when you analyze well with the discerning wisdoms and stop anger with many lines of reasonings, so you prevent many different types of anger and you become patient in many ways. No.
Yeah, it's a God, I just did some shooting, you eat in, Baja Temple, or you eat Baja Temple, you rest, that's on dead.
So then continue. So understanding that, hang on, where is it? Oh, sorry, no. So since this is an experience engendered by penetrating understanding that uses flawless reasoning to get at the meaning of correct scriptures, so it leaves an extremely stable latent propensities. Yes.
That's the Kawaii is the Tory Shachi, Corlojan de Young. So that we share the Toa, no, the Tala Sobition. You said, Shiavaja, Lord Chamber, Tonche, Toa Yambis. Dado, Yeno Jeda, Taitela, Taitela, Nimbo Lebi, Cheda, Leban Debi, Nimbo Leban, Debi, and Debi. Get Anna by Yembi, she by Shin, do the Pong Shao shot. And that's it. Mother send never so you didn't say what. Mother let them mother. Jogo the Jogoni, Jogo so he said. Shoto Genjos, Regime, Tabasaji, it is shocks, and that's the way. The last one on the power is go gone long. So we share the Jagoja, Toa, Mona, the Tala solution, she said, Shava, Lachimbo, Tonja Toa in Biss, then the Java, Lyric Java Shen, Pinola Masha, the rest send it up, Havating and Favas and then talk out Toloda, Rodo, Jenny, Taita, Nimbo, Lebi, Kel Anna by Yembi, Shiba Shilla. There's the point shower in the and the lawyer Tamat and the lawyer and so much. Jogo Sunda, change of Sunda, the catch over. Yenna Hatter was the Monkova Shell was there. Hatter was there. Think Papa Lord the Lord and net over the Monkova Shell. There Papa the net and the river called God. How other Lord the Lord and other Monko Gavasha. These are I never do not tolerate about this.
So then I see so understand that such rejection, so those who reject meditative analysis with discerning wisdoms are those who reject the whole of the great undertaking of Bodhisattva's deeds, such as these. So understanding that such rejection is the worst hindrance to using a life of leisure for the benefit of yourself and others. So get rid of it as you would poisons. So these last paragraphs and particularly this the emphasis on developing these discerning wisdoms. So it is something which we will notice that Amazonkhaba over and over, they emphasize in the various texts. So this is to saying that when we the important, it is emphasizing that the importance of of combining both in terms of the meditation practice, the combining both the stabilizing and the analytical meditation, both together, and however it also there's also advice that however it is. In fact, it's for the beginners. In fact, it is more important. The focusing on the analyzing meditation is more important. So therefore, it is saying that how that like here, as it says here, how we are putting aside or just undermining this spiritual practice, focus on cultivating wisdoms or the developing the knowledge of our practice, like as if instead of focusing on the developing wisdoms, so we're simply focusing on developing single pointed like a concentration and where are just a state of absolute like relaxations. So it's saying that how if we do that, then we will be, as it says here, understand that such a rejection is worse hindrance to using a life of leisure for the benefit of yourself and other, and get rid of it as you would poison. So as it's mentioned here, how we also know that how even some like high level being like the some long living gods, even though they're born there and they had the ability to remain in a single point of concentration for as long as they want, but however they are subject to fall into the lower rebirths. So now we even think about that, why that also clearly shows that how the merely the following the trying to achieving gaining the single point is not the way to achieve the our goal, spiritual goal. And
la shila sinja te shene la te chi ne ne bitin shira te to ji ge shije dia na senen de yin wa ra ne ne shene ko ran de yin de wa yin shila sinja zhen ji yang de ra ma zo de ta shi de ne shila sinja she de shene te chi ne ge so to bi shira je bi to ji da ne cha chu to wa ya ra de za ne cha chu so je bi to ji ne za wo shije dia chu ge le 다 한도래 요라 신내세 거를 내가做죠 제도지 말 내비 做学习대한 저 한도 제비 또 저거学习대하고 내가 내용 신내 내가 내용 가서 신라신에서 세근도 왔습니다 다 대체 몰라요 신라신에서 가려네 신내 타래 대시라신 세계에서 하면 신라신에서 서서 계셔서 신라신에서 다다 좀 대. 다녀봐 영화 도들 레베 제가 제가 사시다. 사시만 놓으면
So we can also take the meaning of this word also in this line in terms of the importance of the unifications or the combinations of the the calm abiding and the special insight, the special insight meditations, and so when we look in this, when we in that unification, in that combinations, then even though the wisdoms, like where we can not only there is the single pointed concentrations there, but at the same time, so there's there's an ability to analyze, to penetrate into the reality through the analysis, the analyzing wisdom or the discerning wisdoms, with the discerning wisdoms. So and then it is by the combinations, then through the kind of by the power of the wisdoms, which is focused on the truth, then there's one's able to even the meditator can experience certain sort of like what we talk about this like the flying seas, the flying sea or the bliss of flying seas. So in that level, there is also in a sense that this power of wisdom is also then the supports, the supplement, the single pointed, the power of the single pointed, the mind's ability to focus on the object as well. So it is already it's already included there. So therefore, really the implication here is, whereas without the wisdoms, we could also have what is to be rejected is to reject simply focusing on the concentration without any wisdoms. The cultivation of the wisdom. So such, is not is not enough, and so therefore we can also interpret it that as the importance of employing the combination of both the Kamya Bhating and special insight. So now, and then the continues with the heading, developing the patience of accepting sufferings. So developing the patience of accepting suffering has three parts. So the first, the reason you must definitely accept sufferings. And then the way to develop acceptance. And then a detailed explanation from the viewpoint of the basis. So again, as we can see here, how the outline, really the follows in such that, which is like, for example, as soon as after the explanation, presentation of the reason, you must, you must definitely accept sufferings, and then immediately after that, it shows, that how to develop this acceptance.
내가 가네 나도 못대하지 요레스 이자 병마 돌래다 얘네면데 지셔를 어찌려 맞지 내제라 전문에 잡아 내야마 되고 말했어 라 치라 내제제 대마 용어 만덩에 내가 고아이나 그게 제제 뭐도야 그냥 얘네 강가지 그게 저 병마 돌래진 게 되는데 이자 나나 용어 라사 로자라 병마 병마 고요 용아시 저저 준이 대로 내 최시 바시 매드 머르데 대다 마이나 제제 제 로테스 숨바다 요나 셰도샤라 요나 로고발라 소시 소시 슈바셰니 게알라 전에 저이 전에 바전지 샤로 다 예, 뭐였다 내가 야부 가르친다 라 가르에서는 나도 아니다 로자라제 용아제 공연자제 저다진 준이스 텔로드 체시바시 매드 머르테스 텔로드 체시바 코르로드 자야 말이 케트로이샤네 로지바지 그거야 와선 대제와 말 용아 코르 로라지 자 말이 대가 조신 텔로드 지바용 가르에서 손으로 가르도는 시 매머르데 대가래 대다 마이나 대 조셔바 마시나 저는 가래 있잖아 로텔리 좀 다 오늘 로텔 좀다 요나 셰도 셰라스 래 동아셔다 예머다는 셰도 셰 요나 로고발라바 소시 슈바시 내가 게 좋아라 바제 제 제이셔로 생다 이제 되래 there, Dunga, that has some dead. There, Dunga Tole, that there's something about the art.
So then the text continues with going detail into those each of those heading. So the first the heading subheading the reason you must definitely accept sufferings. So the engaging in the Bodhisattva's deeds states the causes of happiness sometimes occur, whereas the causes of sufferings occur frequently. And then as you continually experience whatever suffering is appropriate to you, so you absolutely must know how to bring it into the path. So otherwise, as the compendium of training says, you either generate hostility or you become discouraged about cultivating the path, either circumstance interfering with applying yourself to virtues. So in here, there's a bit of an implication of how when we talk about this the practice of accepting suffering, which is part of practice with the patients. So when we talk about that, it is something which we can applicable in almost all the situations, very broadly applicable. So whereas when we talk about the other two types of patients of like the disregarding harms or patient of non-retaliation or the patient of thinking of Dharma. So these are the kind of the practice which is specific to certain to certain situation or circumstance. So now, as it clearly says, as it says in the engaging in the Bodhisattva deeds, the causes of happiness sometimes occur. So it's basically saying that the reason why we need to learn to how to accept the sufferings, in a sense that on the one hand that is the way to. There is no other way, in a sense, because when we think of the causes of our happiness, then that is is a small or a minimum compared to the causes of suffering or the amount of suffering or the frequency of the sufferings. So therefore, it's it talks about how it's important to how to know to transform, to take the suffering as a suffering or as an adversary situation, to transform that as a favorable situations. So not necessarily we're talking about the experience of suffering itself actually turning into something into the path. So rather, transforming that into that as a favorable conditions, a favorable condition for us, and this is very necessary. It's saying that it's so important to this technique. It's to transforming the adversity or the suffering situation into a favor is so important, because otherwise it's saying that how if we lack that such techniques, such applications, then how it's saying, as you say here, that the otherwise as the compendium training says, so you either generate hostilities, so which is referring to how whenever or every time we confront something adversary, something undesirable, something the unwanted sufferings. So whenever we confront that, so because we dislike that, so it will we will it become a cause of a dislike and loss.
Then the catching yen xin Shiba yes, that thing happen. Catching the Lola, Zaba Shima, she Kolayo Genji, Lenji, Xiao Yu, then other song to go. Kajin, Wuni Chabata, Gay, Shawa Tela, Shuna, Jila, Mashuna, Majiva yet, in a young other. Gojai Kanga, Gojai, Gomajan, Gojai Kanga, mother, send them. That would lay with it. Tata Genji, Tata. Tata Genji, Ledo, Chanji, changing Ungigi. Never shall Tatan, Reshe don't many sauce, Mamma Lessa, is changing just mean, Reshe do that guy your Madison. Your mother, then Junior, they told the Lepashi Gittes. The one called Meta, that's the Calcon, near Lessa, Letter, Touch, the one mother, your mother, Junior, they told the Lepa Gitte, told the manner, 10 manner, do what you mother. Yes, you might. Theatre the wrongy, two bridges, Sheppy, Santa Dunga. Nene, Shudder, Zeka, and jealous. Tolaya Nana, Dunga, Jajaba, there, Malocho, Tela, Mini, Yamade, Yamadeshi, Madesh, Sheppy, Santa Dunga, the Tenichid, Manjula. Junga da Dunga Yelayo, Lord Chata Shibana, Dunga Che Junjala, Javani Bisharos, that is my judge and young man, I tell you, that man does. Never Majas and the Teta, then it's a Manjula, Timajan. Then there the mother drink energy, then manner, Dunga and Tola manner, Dunga, you might neither things, you might never get it, yet theatre the wrongy, but too big a shell, so big it's Santa Dunga, then shut the Zeka and jealous. Tola Yana, Dunga. Jija, tell Malo Jones, Jijaba, my Malo, tell I mean, Yamade shape, Santa Dunga, then Manjula, that then. Then I go, Santa Mother send the payment there, send the chanter.
Okay, then, the compendium of training says you either generate hostility or you become discouraged about cultivating the path, and either circumstance interfering with applying yourself to virtues. So if we that is if we lack, if we are not able to transform or to manage the confrontation or with the sufferings, situations, and then moreover, some sufferings will be caused by others, and some will be produced by your former karmas. So whether or not you strive at the path. So this talking about the causes and conditions which results in various kind of suffering that we experience in life. So how the certain things, when suffering arises, regardless of what, whether we are following this path, practicing or not, or not following the path, due to those causes and conditions, this suffering arise. Some, as will be explained below, occur when you engage in virtuous activities, but they didn't occur when you are not engaging. But even it specify how there are some actually don't result in a normal day, but how they arise when we engage in the virtue practice. So for the time being, you cannot dispel the suffering. Sufferings definitely produced by the power of former karma and immediate conditions. So you must accept them when they arise. So because if you do not do this, so in addition to the basic sufferings, so you have the suffering of worry that is produced by your own thoughts, and then the suffering becomes very difficult for you to for you to bear. So, so as clearly implied that how there are certain sufferings are totally like inevitable. We cannot stop. But then however, therefore if what is saying here is that if we, on top of that, if we are mentally worrying about the suffering, mentally feel very depressed, very unhappy about that the experience of suffering, then it become additional. That's what he's saying here. It become additional suffering to that basic suffering, that which you go through, which you cannot, that inevitable suffering that which you go through. And then if you accept the suffering, so you let the basic suffering be and do not stop it, but you never have the suffering of worry that creates discontentment when you focus on the basic sufferings. So since you are using a method to bring even basic suffering into the path, so you greatly lessens your suffering, so you can bear it. Therefore, it is very crucial that you generate the patience, that you accept suffering. So essentially, it is saying here we should try to stop, mentally worrying about sufferings.
Also worry not happy. I say, worry people not happy. No worry people happy. Worry no working. Here is happening, hand happening. Your mind and worry, the chop there. True, it's very hard. Very hard. Mind all that more. My worry, it says, worry more suffering. Said before I said, so I saw it. I saw liver, I felt it. He think my eye blind. Then more suffering, worry. I sick hair, or my eye, maybe the eye my blind. Think more than suffering. No blind. Just, what is that? Chop. Mama, I had no chop, not doing. What do I do? And I do that. I said, those 100,000 said, difficult to do that. That's it.
Impermanent. So in fact, His Holiness Dalai Lama says to the accepting the suffering. So in fact, it is also the very effective means of eliminating sufferings. And then His Holiness says that he learns the biggest lesson in his life, under the time when he, went through the greatest sufferings. So, so this also we can also understand. We can also understand here that how sometimes there's a positive sides to the suffering that we experience. Recite Tara prayer.
Angry, average. That's angry. Yeah. Now moved. Yeah, average. That's touch.
It's
Thursday.
In the afternoon.
That's too much there. There are too much. I said Thursday. Next Thursday, this Thursday, or this Thursday or next Thursday. Huh?
So we,
Sometimes next Thursday is next week.
Oh, okay. Next week.
They're all confused. So next touch, coming touch, that's the next touch. So that this week touch, only week touch, this week touch. I don't know. Yeah. All they're confused. Yeah, that is that. Net one you watch out. A lot of people want that. You can't get that. Even no shit. Other kanga. Seno, they may someone can just some doctor in the art. I know Seno, then because Melody.
So we do this Tara prayers for Ian Greens for his quick recoveries and of the and to and it is as it is also said in the sutra that how the increasing the merit is a cause to fulfill all our wishes. So this is what when we create, by reciting the prayers, so we are creating merit, and so as a benefit of this, such creating merit, then we can be able to fulfill our wish. So we just do such as like to wishing the friends to the increase to have a quick recoveries and so forth.
Okay.